Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Keys to Success podcast. I feel like it's been a little minute because me and Deba, we both just kind of dropped the ball last week. So forgive us for that one. But anyhow, we're happy to be here. This is your host, Tilisa Stubbs. And of course, I have my amazing, beautiful co host, Deba Douglas. Deba, how has your week been, girl?
It's been so good because there has been a house that I have been working on for 3 months now, and I'm finally done. And it has been a work of art. I have dealt with firing contractors, hiring new contractors, and then trying to subcontract literally every aspect of this entire job.
Mm.
So I'm happy that it's over.
Girl, I know that you are, but how much did you learn through the process though?
Yes, there were many moments that I would call my husband and just say, you know what, this is on me. This is my fault for giving someone else too much of my power and telling
Ooh,
them they can control this. This is on
girl.
me. So I blame myself, but I'm so happy that now we're on the other side. I have my girl Shamika going to stage it on Thursday for me. So I'm super
Hey,
excited. So it's
get it,
going to be
Shamika.
phenomenal as soon as Shamika gets that done, and then we should take pictures on Friday and then hopefully get it listed. And just I just hope I get an offer. I'm gonna get an offer. I literally prayed over the house today when it was just beautiful and quiet. So if you want to see the pictures or see videos, follow me on my story because the house is beautiful.
Oh, Deborah, are you able to share the link to the house in the chat
You
or
know what? I think I can. If not, I'll make
it's
sure I add it or something because it's
okay?
not live yet. But once it goes live, I'm just gonna tell you like once I usually flip houses that are like 350 or less, like the total ARV. This one was like, you know what? Let me step out on faith, try something different. This ARV is close to like 750. So it's a totally different buyer, it's a totally different end game, totally different situation. But I will tell you, not only did I lose a lot, like learning how to work with other people, using a different contractor, I learned a lot about myself. I learned about the tenacity of like keep going no matter
Mm.
what, just keep going. But I'm happy to say the house came out really, really nice. Like I want to move into the house. Like I'm
You
about
know,
to move into this
you
house.
know what? And you know what I love about that, Deborah? And it kind of is like a perfect segue because you stepping outside the box, stepping outside of your comfort zone, like doing the hard thing, like those are the things that help us to grow. And I was starting to think about that after we left the Woman Evolve conference. I was just like, I want to start like doing the hard things. Like, I just want to choose to do the hard things because I just want to see like how much more can I stretch myself? Like, how much more can I grow? And not only do I want to do the hard things, but I don't want God to like throw me the hard things, right? So like I want to be intentional about choosing them. So I don't know if a lot of you guys saw me and my husband just ran a 6 mile run, which was like the first for both of us. And like every single time that I like felt like giving up, like something just told me to like Lisa, just keep pushing through, keep pushing through. And I would push through and I would get like another wind that I didn't even know that I had. And I'm like, what the heck? Like
Yeah.
I feel like I just started the race again. And I'll be like, babe, you good? He'd be like, I'm good. I got my third win. I'm like, me too. All right. And so it's just like you just keep taking yourself to just newer heights. And that only happens by you choosing to do the hard things. So that's like for the rest of the year, everything that I'm doing is like out of the box, out of my comfort zone. Because you don't grow when you're comfortable. There's no growth there. I don't
There's
want to be
not.
there, but I also don't want God to put me through a bunch of hard stuff because I've been there before too. Like, let me choose my hard, you
Right.
know?
And that's why you got your guns out today because y'all done ran so hard this past weekend. And I seen it with your arm. I seen it
Girl,
with your
like,
strong arm.
girl, I'm just trying to tell you, like, don't let nobody. Okay, I cannot fight, y'all. I cannot fight. I got beat up in high school one time. But my husband is a fighter, so if y'all trying to catch these hands, you talk to him.
That is true, too funny. So yeah, okay. So today we wanted to just take some time and analyze deals with you guys. So I have a deal that I'm going to share. Tilisa has a deal that she has to share. We're going to be watching the chat. So if you have any questions and if you have a deal you want us to analyze, if we have time, we'll be more than happy to analyze the deal for you. Who wants to start? Tilisa, you want to start? You want me to start?
I'll start.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm going to literally use my whiteboard. Hopefully y'all can see it. And if I need to write it bigger, just let me know. And so Tilisa, what are we analyzing?
Yeah. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be analyzing, because a lot of the questions that I get personally is, how do I structure my deal when I'm using private money? So this is going to be a deal that we recently funded with private money, and we're just going to walk you through everything, the purchase price, all that stuff. So this property is in Newport News, Virginia. It's and you don't have to write all this down, Deba. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's about 1,500 square feet, and it was built in the 1920s.
Okay.
So the purchase price was $119,000, and this was being taken over subject to. So that was the underlying mortgage, $119,000.
Okay.
The ARV is $215,000. The PITI for the underlying mortgage is $695. And
695. Okay.
695. Yep. And then the rents, the market rents are $1,800 a month.
Okay.
Okay. So all they need to raise, because the whole goal is to go into this deal without any money out of pocket. Like, that's the goal, right? Okay. And so $55,000 is what's needed to give the seller a down payment for the closing costs and the holding costs. So that's $55,000 that needs to be raised.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to figure out how much, because this private money lender, they're going to be paid on a monthly basis. And so we need to figure out how much that is going to be on a monthly basis. So they're going to lend $55,000. They're going to get 12% annualized interest. And this is going to be a 5-year term, which comes out to $550 a month in passive income for the private money lender. Okay. So far we know that we have the rental income of $1,800 a month. We've got then minus our PITI of $695, minus our $550 for the private money lender. And this property cash flows $555 a month, and that's $0 out of pocket.
Wow, that's not bad. That's really good.
Right, but that's not it. Okay, so now what happens after the 5 years, right? Because this private money lender is going to be in this deal for 5 years. So I would say that the estimated property value in about 5 years, let's be conservative and let's say $260,000, right?
Okay.
All right. If we do a cash out refinance and get 80%, that's $208,000. Okay. So of that $208,000 that we can pull out, by that time, the underlying mortgage will probably be about $80,000. So let's say minus $80,000. And then we've got to pay the private money lender back their principal. So that's another $55,000. And so we'd be left with $73,000 after we paid all of our expenses. And we can just use that to invest as a private money lender passively, so that we could use another private money lender's money to fund our next deal. And this way, your money is always working passively, and you're using private money to work on active projects.
That's beautiful. And you brought no money to the table.
Zero.
And all you did was reach out to you because you have private lenders available when you have a deal like this. But you did talk about subject to. So talk to some of us that may not know what subject to is.
Yes. So originally I said that this property was purchased subject to, and the underlying mortgage was $119,000. So basically what that means is this property was purchased subject to the existing mortgage, meaning that we got it for $119,000 and we're taking over their current mortgage payment of $695. You guys, I just heard an accident happen outside the house. Anyways,
Oh wow.
hopefully y'all didn't hear that. But yeah, that's what it means to purchase something subject to. So that's why I love I mean, if you guys know me, you guys know that I love creative deals because the entry fee is so minimal. And with private money, if as long as you have market rents that are, where they need to be, you can pay your private money lender and cash flow $300 to $500 a month, and you've put $0 in. So
Yeah.
like you haven't ran your credit, you haven't had to provide bank statements, like any of that. So like anybody can do this. Anybody.
Anybody. And let me ask you this. What's the condition of the house currently?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. The house is beautiful. It needs a little bit of paint. That's it. Like the floors look good, the countertops look good, like everything looks good. The house was recently updated, and so pretty much they're able to just put a tenant in immediately.
Beautiful. That's even better because even your 555 cash flow, you're not going to need it for a lot of maintenance. If you do, you just need to bear down, but you're not going to have a lot of maintenance issues.
Exactly. And I just want to mention one other thing. So this investor, they borrowed 55,000. They could have borrowed 60,000 and still been able to have that wiggle room. That way they would have had that extra $5,000 just in reserves, just in case something came up or they did decide that they wanted to switch out the carpet or whatever else. They're still not having to come out of pocket because ultimately, like I said, the goal is zero money out of pocket.
That is beautiful. Okay, so those of you who are listening, if you come across a deal and you are nervous and thinking, oh my gosh, I need money to do this deal and I don't know what to do. If it is a deal, you need to reach out to Tilisa. She's going to tell you how to reach out to her.
Yep.
And you reach out to her, you tell her kind of what the deal looks like, how it's structured, and she can help you find a private lender that will be willing to lend the money on this. And they don't have to be in the same state as you.
They
Tilisa
do
does all the
not.
paperwork. She connects you with the right title company, or you can get with the title company, but she will walk you through getting a deal like you already have, and she will help structure it so that you bring zero to no money to the table.
Everything. It's literally like a white glove service. Like you bring us your deal, we underwrite it, we put a pitch deck together, we put that out to all of our private money lenders. We do all the transaction coordinating. So literally you just come with a great deal that makes sense and you let us do the rest.
Wow, that is beautiful. And her
Yeah.
team is amazing. Like she helped one of my other friend investors. Literally, he was down to the wire the day of closing. His private lender or whoever was funding the deal backed out. I connected him with Tilisa, and literally by the end of the day, he was still at the closing table closing, and
Yep.
everything was good to go. So it works.
It works. It works as long as you have a good deal. That's the key.
That is
So Deba,
beautiful.
I have another deal, but I'm going to have you share your deal and then I'll share another one.
Okay, perfect. All right, so my deal, I'm going to erase some of this stuff so that we can see this. This eraser is not the best, but okay. So my deal is in Garland. Y'all probably already know that. That is my world.
Yeah.
So, and I'm actually going to do one of my mentees deals that,
Okay.
so if you go through our course, once you kind of get the road of like knowing what's going on in the course, we have a form that if you have a deal you want us to analyze within 24 hours, my team and I will look at it, tell you if it's a good deal or not, or kind of give you our personal suggestions. So this is one of the deals that one of my mentees submitted today. And I'm just like, let me just run it because actually it looks really good.
All
It's
right.
Garland. The house is listed for 250. It is on the MLS. And I'm gonna see if I can share the pictures of the house.
Ooh, that would be
Okay.
great.
We can really get a visual of what we're looking at. So let me see if I can do it. So y'all bear with me. Let me see if this works.
Okay.
I want us to be really looking at real numbers so you know exactly what we're looking at. So let's see. Can y'all see that? The house is for
It's coming up.
Okay.
I see. Yep,
Perfect.
there it is. I see it.
Okay. So this is the house. So I want to show you real stuff. So this is the house is for 250. We can look at all 9 pictures. You can see it's old school. They got the red or pink carpet. You can see they have like the rock fireplace. So there's areas that we need to update, but overall it has really good bones. We'll probably have to redo the kitchen, pretty much redo everything in this house. It's just old school 1970s, and that's
Mhm.
okay. But people really like this house because it's a literally oversized ranch style house. Just need updating.
The
And this
bones are good. It's got good bones.
it has really good bones. It's a 4 bedroom, 3 bath house. It's over 2,500 square feet. So this is a solid house. So I'm not going to go through showing you how we do the comps and anything like that, but I do want to just show you what the house looks like. So
Okay.
if we just decided that we wanted to offer the same price that it's listed for 250,000, so we buy it for 250. Just looking at those numbers, the rehab, because you're going to need to touch everything in that house to make sure it's good. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be about 70 grand, 70 to 80 grand.
Okay.
And then the ARV, because I do know that area, very familiar, that 75043, your ARV is going to be anywhere between 430 to 440.
Okay. Nice.
So we'll just say it's 430 to be conservative. And then literally my lender that I use, if I'm not using any of Talisa's lender, is Longhorn, and they give me 100% financing. So if I do this property and I say they give me 100% financing based on 75% of the ARV, that is literally 322,000.
Okay.
So I'm going to put hard money lender is going to give me $322,000. So that means my purchase price and my rehab needs to all be close to this 322 to get 100% financing. So if
Okay.
I add 250 plus my 70 grand, I'm right at 320,000. So I'm adding both of these up, 320,000. So that means my hard money lender is giving me 100% financing. All I'm coming to the table with is my closing costs, which should be around 15 to 17,000 on this deal.
Wow.
So I'm going to say out of pocket, if I can write today, I'm going to say about $17,000. Now, if I do everything like I'm supposed to, rehab the house, get it done for 430,000, I should net, after I pay realtor fees and holding fees, all of that good stuff, I should net about $45,000 on this deal.
Wow. Wow. And all you had to bring to the table was 17.
And all I had to bring to the table was 17,000. Now, if I reach out to Tilisa and say, "Hey, I got this great deal. I need $17,000 to close it." Tilisa can get me a private lender and they will give me 17,000. So I literally bring nothing to the table. I am only responsible for my monthly holding fees. But if you talk to Tilisa right, she probably can roll that in too. So
Yep.
you just managing the deal with no money, but you are the person that's doing the sweat equity, but you're going to be the one that's making the $45,000 profit.
Like that's a win-win. It's a win-win for everybody. You win, your private money lender wins, your hard money lender wins. Like everybody wins. Nobody took a loss in that situation.
No one took a loss. And literally within 3 months, if all goes well, you will walk away with $45,000 profit. And literally, this is one of my mentees deals that they sent me over today. I've already approved it for her. My team is in the process of writing the offer. We try to get this deal because this is a heck of a great deal for my mentee to start.
So Deba, okay, so this deal was on the market. So I want to kind of dive into that a little bit because I know that we hear a lot that you can't find good deals on the market, all that stuff. Obviously, that's not right. But what is there a key? Like what's the key when you're looking at properties on market to finding a great deal?
Be consistent. You need to look at deals every day. If you really want to get into real estate investing, you can't just pick it up on Monday because you're tired of your 9 to 5. You got to do this every single day. And when you are consistent and you're consistent with looking at deals and analyzing deals, the great deal will just pop up. Because my team and I, we're finding deals on the MLS. We're finding deals off market. We're finding deals just doing direct mail. Like we have a ton of deals, and we're kind of in a place right now that my mentees are solid. We're closing at least 2 or 3 deals a week for my mentees or finding deals for them. We're kind of like an overflow. So if you are an investor and you are looking for deals, please reach out to my team because we have a lot that we need to offload. And again, every deal that we say is a good deal is going to fall into our 75% of the ARV. If it doesn't fall into that, we don't count that as a good deal, because then my mentee's got to bring more money to the table, and that's not the goal.
Oh, Deba, so if somebody wants to like partner with your mentees, like, is there a way that they can reach out to them? Because I'm pretty sure we have several people in the Dallas area that would like to partner.
Yeah, so we do have partnerships that happen within the community of my mentorship group. I try to keep it in the mentorship group because you guys have, like, what's going on. You kind of go through the cycle. Everyone is aware, because when you're putting two parties' money together, you need everybody to be on the same plan. You need everybody to be on the same mindset, because that's a lot of money to move. So I really strongly recommend, if you are wanting to partnership, you need to take my course, or you need to get in somebody's course, because we're not talking about $100. We're talking about $3, $4, $10, $20,000 that if you don't do it right, you are in jeopardy of losing it. So I'm very intentional with that type of partnership, because money makes everybody act a little bit funny.
Yep, and that's the truth. And I'll say that if you haven't joined a mentorship, do it. Like, even if I think I've said this several times, even if you have to get on a payment plan, because the people that are going to be in that community, they're going to be able to help you along your journey, and it's going to make everything seem real. Like, when you're outside of the mentorship, you see everybody doing deals, you see all this stuff happening, and you feel like, dang, I'm not a part of it, like I don't have access. Once you're in that community, you now have access to all of those people, all those resources. People are willing to help you. They're asking you to partner with you. And so it's just like, you got to put yourself in that environment, and it's making an investment in yourself.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So I have another deal. This is another deal that we recently funded. This is in Covington, Texas. It's another creative deal. I think that's pretty much all you guys will ever hear from me is about creative deals. So this one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,700, about 1,800 square feet, actually. It was built in 2005, so it's not, it's not that old.
It's a new house.
Yeah. The house was purchased subject to, the underlying mortgage was $158,000. ARV is $245,000. And the PITI, which, you know what, I always just assume that people know what that is. That's your principal, interest, tax, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And so that payment is $597 a month. All right. And so this particular investor, they were doing, their exit strategy was a wrap. So the underlying mortgage, like I said, was $158,000. The ARV was $245,000. So they were going to sell it. Well, they did sell it to a wrap buyer for $240,000, and they asked for 25% down, which is $60,000 down.
Okay.
At 7% interest, that monthly wrap payment is $1,998 a month. Let me know if you need me to repeat any of that, Deba.
No, you got it. I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right. And so the money that they needed in order to close is $55,000, and that was to bring the current seller, bring their payments current, closing costs, and holding costs. So that was $55,000. They were paying the private money lender 15% annualized interest, which was amazing, for only a 6-month term, in which they're going to pay back the private money lender with the down payment from their wrap buyer. So remember that I said that the wrap buyer was putting 25% down, which is $60,000. Right. And so when they find their wrap buyer, they'll use that $60,000. They'll pay back the principal for the interest to their private money lender, and then at that point they'll just cash flow. So they'll owe their private money lender $59,125. Wow. At the end of the term. The cool thing about using private money is that you get to structure these terms the way that you need it. So because this investor, they didn't have a wrap buyer right off the bat, they wanted to allow themselves 6 months to put some paint on the walls, to put some carpet in, and then to give them some time to market for a wrap buyer. So they also raised the closing costs for that 6 months. So for that 6 months, they could literally not find a wrap buyer and they'd be okay. But they have that amount of time. So once they do get that money, they'll pay back the private money lender. The wrap will be bringing in $19.93 a month with PITI at $5.97 a month. The net cash flow is about $13.95 a month with $0 out of pocket.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Wow.
right. And so the cool thing about this, about a wrap, and I know that some people are opposed to it. I've personally not done a wrap. I've just seen them come through our system and we funded them. But one thing that I do like about it is that there's no expenses to the investor other than the payment, the
The
monthly
payment.
mortgage payment.
Yeah.
And so they're not having to worry about anything. And so all that net cash flow, that's strictly theirs. And by that time, as they're cash flowing, they're not having to pay any of that to a private money lender because they've already paid the private money lender out and they're done. So this is just all theirs.
Yeah, that is beautiful. And I mean, I've done a couple wraps. I just freak out sometimes, but the wraps can be you have to really know what you're doing. Like, don't be the first time, hey, I'm just jumping in doing a wrap. Like, you got to get with someone that knows how to do it, pay them for what they're worth because it will save you tons and tons of time and energy. I did a wrap once, and any bad thing that can happen in a wrap, it happened to that wrap.
Like, don't fight the people. Don't.
I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. Like, and I was like, you know what? And I did it with a partner, and I got to the point. I said, just buy me out, because you know what? Like, anything that could happen to a wrap deal, it happened to me. Like, we put the person into the house, and then when we put them into the house, they stopped paying the mortgage. So then who does it fall on? I probably shouldn't tell anybody this because this is like, I ain't doing it.
But you know what? No, this is the thing that the people need to know this information so that they can know what the risks are. These are risks.
Those are risks. And I mean, and let's just keep it real. Most of the time when an investor fails, they don't come on social media and say I lost. They don't come on social media and say I just closed on a deal and I had to bring 20,000 just to get my hands free with it. Like, all you see is wins, and then you're on HGTV, and I don't think I've ever watched the HGTV show yet that shows that they lost money. I have yet to watch.
No, they don't. And so a lot of people get themselves in these situations where they're like, oh my God, I want to close a deal. I want to close a deal. And they find a deal and they try to do something like a wrap. And then they're in this thing, they've borrowed money and they can't find a wrap buyer. They're posting it on Craigslist. They're posting it on the Facebook marketplace. They can't find a wrap buyer. So then what do you do? Well, if their market rents aren't even gonna cover the regular expenses, you're in a really crappy situation. You might have to go get you a second job, a night job, just so that you can pay your lenders back. Like, it's not a good feeling. Like, don't let the hype fool you. Do what you can do, do the things that are within your means, but do your due diligence because
and borrow knowledge from people around you. If you are, it doesn't matter what state you're in, there is a Facebook group or some type of mastermind that's happening in your city about real estate investing. If you think you have a deal, go to those groups, go to those REI meetups, and talk to someone that is well-versed, or they just know a little bit more than you do, and they can help you through it, because there's always a solution. You can't just wallow in it. But if you get connected with the right people, they will help you along that journey and get you to the other side.
Right. And especially if you're willing to add value. Like, last week, I had some really great conversations with people that didn't result in me getting paid or anything, but me taking the time out of my day, helping you guys analyze your deals, helping you guys feel confident in making your offers. And so you guys will find people that don't mind sharing this information if we have time. But then also, like, don't try to suck us dry, right? Because I'm going to give to you guys, everything that I have, but I don't want to feel like I'm so drained that I don't even have the energy to take care of the people around me. So use that, but use it lightly. Reach out to us, and take what we say, and I'm not saying that our word is God or gold, but take the wisdom that you hear and apply it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I hope this was a great value. Talk to you about analyzing a deal. You kind of looked at different scenarios, creative financing ways, and just looking at a regular flip. But as you go through, just do it. Just start, because you
Yep.
never know what's going to be on the other side. You got to see yourself in a better situation for you to grow to become that. So manifest that.
Whew, that is
Anything
so
else we
true.
want to share to our listeners?
You know what? I will just end with what I started with. Do the hard things. Do
Yeah.
the hard things and watch yourself grow, watch your circle evolve. Watch where you'll be at in a year, but stay comfortable, and I guarantee you'll be right where you were a year before. So,
Love it.
all right,
Thanks
you
for
guys.
watching. Like, subscribe. If there's anything you want us to talk about, just let us know, put in the comments, and we'll be more than happy to do that. Y'all have a great rest of your week.
Bye.